Why is everybody tired on April Fool's Day? They just finished a long march. On Friday, I went into the principal's office. Miss Lofty looked up when she saw me. "So, what are you in for this time, Bobby?" she joked. "I'm not in trouble. I just wanted to see Dr. Deal." "You want to see Dr. Deal?" asked Miss Lofty. "And nobody's making you." "Actually, I'm never really in trouble. I just keep asking Mr. Matus to send me here so I can see you." "Bobby, you don't have to flatter me. I can't change your grades. And Dr. Deal is very busy today. I don't think she has time to see you." "Can't you just sneak me in?" I asked. "Everybody knows that you're the real power around here." "Bobby, you're terrible. Have a cookie and I'll see what I can do." Just then, Dr. Deal came out of her office with a computer printout that she gave to Miss Lofty. She looked at me and made a little face. I guess I just bring out that in principals. "I'm not in trouble," I said quickly. "Honest, I just need to talk to you about an extra project that Mr. Matus wants me to do." "Dr. Deal," interrupted Miss Lofty, "the reading consultant called just a minute ago. She'll be 15 minutes late." Dr. Deal sighed. "All right, Bobby, come in." As I walked into Dr. Deal's office, Miss Lofty winked at me. I knew the phone hadn't rung in the past few minutes. I had a feeling that Miss Lofty was willing to make the reading consultant wait. I'd have to remember to thank her. Dr. Deal shut the door behind her. "Okay, Bobby, what is it? I don't have much time." I took a deep breath. When people tell you they don't have much time, it makes it hard to talk. "I want to hold a school-wide laugh-off, and I'll need the auditorium," I blurted out. "Oh, what?" demanded Dr. Deal. "What's a laugh-off?" "Well, you see, a lot of people are asking that question, Dr. Deal. Is it just a joke contest? No, not just a joke contest. Everybody knows that the teachers tell funny stories when we're not around, and kids tell funny stories when the teachers aren't around. So this will be a contest, a laugh-off, between the teachers and the kids to see who's the funniest." "Whose idea was this?" asked Dr. Deal suspiciously. Mine." "This isn't an early April Fool's joke, is it?" I practically jumped out of my chair. "What a great idea!" I exploded. "Can we have it on April Fool's Day? That would be terrific. By the way, do you know why everybody's tired on April Fool's Day?" "No," said Dr. Deal. She sounded a little leery. "Because they just finished a long march. Get it? The month of March is long, 31 days, and it's cold and miserable." "I get it, Bobby," said Dr. Deal. "Have you ever attended a laugh-off?" she asked. I don't think there's ever been one." "I see," said Dr. Deal. "And you plan to hold the very first one in our school. And who is going to do all the planning and work?" "Me," I said. "Well, you did tell Mr. Matus to give me extra assignments. This is what he came up with." I was nervous. I kept drumming my fingers on the edge of the chair. "Please stop that," said Dr. Deal. I stopped. I couldn't read the expression on her face. "I think it would do a lot for school spirit," I rattled on. I didn't even know why I was trying so hard. I should have known that Dr. Deal would shoot my idea down. I might as well face it. I'd be going to the school for intervention anyhow. Dr. Deal leaned back in her chair. She stared at the ceiling. "Did you hear about the kindergartner who came home from school and told her parents that she wasn't going back?" she asked. "No." I wondered what the laugh-off had to do with a kid in kindergarten. "The little girl's parents asked her why she didn't want to go back to school. Did something bad happen, they asked?" "No," the little girl said, "but the principal told us she wanted us to have school spirit, and I'm not going to any school that's haunted." Dr. Deal laughed. I stared at Dr. Deal. "That was a joke," I said. "Yes, of course it was. I love jokes. I think of myself as a very funny person. Now, let me look at the schedule. April Fool's Day. That's in just 3 weeks. Do you think that will give you enough time?" "Janine offered to help me," I said. "We can get some other kids to help. But I've got to find a judge. I figure the person who gets the loudest laughs wins. But there should be a judge in case it's not so easy to tell." I was hoping that Dr. Deal wouldn't insist on being the judge. I knew there was no way I would win if she were the judge. "You know, Miss Lofty might be a good judge," she said. "She's very fair, and she laughs at my jokes." Dr. Deal turned to her computer and studied the school calendar. "I think a laugh-off on April Fool's Day would be very appropriate. The auditorium is available during first period. That's always a good time to have the school-wide events. Everybody's fresh." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. There was actually going to be a laugh-off. Wait until I told Janine. Wait until I told Mr. Matus. Now, I think we should go over rules and regulations, said Dr. Deal. Rules and regulations? I asked, feeling my stomach sink. Yes, said Dr. Deal. Rules may be an alien concept to you, but the contest should have rules. I didn't appreciate her sarcasm, and I was glad that Janine had already brought up the subject. I think the only rule should be that all contestants try to be funny, I said, and no one gets more than 3 minutes. I watch a lot of comics on TV, and believe me, 3 minutes can seem like a very long time. That sounds fine, said Dr. Deal. I like the amount of preliminary thought that you've put into this. I think we should have some guidelines for the kinds of jokes that can be told. There will be no dirty jokes, no cruel jokes, no bathroom jokes. How about no jokes? Dr. Deal laughed. Bobby, you are funny. However, there are plenty of jokes that you can make using those guidelines. Oh, and put me down as one of the contestants. I stared at her. Somehow, I had never imagined Dr. Deal in the laugh-off. When would I put her on? It was a little like the joke about where you put an 800-pound gorilla. Anywhere she wants. Keep me posted, said Dr. Deal. I want to know how you're progressing. Thanks, Dr. Deal. I never thought you'd say yes. You never know until you asked, said Dr. Deal. That's a good lesson in life. Maybe I'll use that as my thought for the day. I started to leave. Bobby, said Dr. Deal. I turned back. I want you to think about something. If you hadn't dug such a deep hole for yourself by not doing your homework and acting out all year, this would have been easier. I want you to know that I'm still watching you. This laugh-off is not an excuse for not doing the rest of your work. Yes, Dr. Deal. She was looking at me strangely. I had the feeling that I should make my getaway as quickly as possible. I want your conscience to guide you. Do you want to hear one of my favorite jokes? When a principal asks a question like that, there's only one answer. Yes, I stammered. A conscience is a bothersome thing. It lets us know when we've done wrong and will not let us rest until we've set things right. No wonder so many people tried to kill it early on. Bobby, I don't want you to kill your conscience. That was a joke. I had entered the twilight zone. I didn't have the slightest idea what she was talking about. I wasn't worried about Dr. Deal winning the laugh-off. If that was her idea of a good joke, she was going to bomb. But I had other things to worry about. I had to try to organize a school-wide laugh-off in exactly 3 weeks. I didn't think I could do that and worry about my conscience, too.